The Fabric Access onboarding skill is created under the HR Employee Experience catalog. Let me expand the catalog and navigate to the Fabric Access onboarding folder. Within it, we can see the skills directory that contains the skill.md file, which serves as the core definition of the skill. The skill.md file outlines the goal and end-to-end workflow of the Fabric Access onboarding skill. It automates the process of creating, configuring, or reusing an existing entitlement catalog, provisioning the required Entra security group, associating the security group with the appropriate catalog resource, creating the necessary access package and request policies, and finally granting the required Fabric workspace access. This enables a streamlined and standardized onboarding experience while reducing manual effort and ensuring governance compliance. Now let's review the required input section. Here I've defined a set of standardized naming conventions for the security groups. These naming standards are critical because they help the skill accurately interpret the request and determine the appropriate access to provision in a consistent and governed manner. The workflow section provides a comprehensive set of instructions that guide the end-to-end Fabric Access onboarding process. It begins by validating the current Microsoft 365 user context and resolving all specified owners through directory lookup. The workflow then checks for the existence of the required entitlement management catalog and reuses it if available. Otherwise, it initiates a governed catalog creation process through an email request. Once the catalog is available, the workflow creates or reuses the necessary Entra ID security group, assigns the appropriate owners, and adds the group as a catalog resource. It then creates an access package and configures request, approval, expiration, and access review policies based on defined governance standards. Since Azure CLI authentication may be restricted by device compliance policies, the workflow leverages browser-based authentication using Playwright MCP where required. Finally, it resolves the target Fabric workspace, provisions the appropriate workspace-level role assignment, and performs validation checks after each major step to ensure that all onboarding components have been successfully created and configured. Now let's take a look at the Playwright MCP configuration. As we know, Azure CLI-based authentication is blocked due to device compliance restrictions, which prevent certain onboarding tasks from being executed through CLI commands. To overcome this limitation, the skill uses a Playwright MCP connection to perform browser-based authentication and interact with the Azure portal. Now let's walk through the end-to-end flow, which includes a sample runtime execution of the skill. This example provides a practical view of how the onboarding process works from start to finish and helps users understand the complete workflow in context. The plugin configuration contains key metadata which help uniquely identify the skill and provide essential information about its purpose and ownership. This metadata helps users easily discover, identify, and reference the skill.